It's maddening. There's junior hires everywhere.
And yes, Katie, we are fine. But now everybody knows where we're going.
Let's just say I heard the truth.
Lucky number 7 episode of A Super Worthless Podcast. It's Bryce and Nathan coming back at you on a special weekend edition? Is that what we want to call it?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we're going to go with the weekend edition because Thursday just didn't work out. What were you had class?
School and work.
School and work. And I could have done it in the morning, but I was actually in Detroit for the final preseason game of the year, which was awesome.
We didn't pre-peat, but it's fine.
Yeah, we didn't pre-peat. It would have taken a lot of losses by other teams for us to pre-peat. But
And the Ravens were undefeated, so
yeah,
cool.
that's true. So we needed, of course, it's the Ravens. We'll just demolish them in the regular season.
I love the Ratbirds. Just kidding.
Yes. It's going to be a good year. I'm way too optimistic, I think. It's going to
Aren't
be.
we all?
It's a Browns fan thing. I think that's just how we're made. We just want to be way too happy with ourselves. But given the preseason, though, I think we have a legitimate shot at being second in the division. Maybe.
Okay. Right.
So, I think these Browns are going to be solid. Like just even in person, the backups were fun to watch, and it kind of sucks that literally 2 or 3 of the guys that made a ton of plays on Thursday night got cut.
Nate Orchard.
Especially Nate Orchard. Yeah, see that pick 6. I was watching the play, like staring at it. I blinked and he had the ball. I was like, "What? Go!" I was like, "Just go!" Because I'm sitting 6th row, one section off of the goalpost in the end zone. I'm like, "Oh!" I'm like drooling over the seats because they're that good. Even though Ford Field's kind of like, it's indoor stadium, 60% full. There's a warehouse on one side. But I'm like, it's nice.
Detroit.
No, the fans are nice, though. Like, Lions fans are a lot better than Tigers fans. The Lions fans, especially like if you're going up as a Browns fan, it's like, hey, welcome to the 0-16 club. I was like, yeah, thanks.
We went 0-16 like 10 years apart. High five.
Well, one of the guys I was talking to on the way to the stadium, I was like, hey, this plays perfectly into my conspiracy theory of us winning the Super Bowl in 2024. Didn't say it would be our first, but we're at least going to win one that year because the Lions going.
What if it's Lions Browns in the Super Bowl?
Oh,
bruh,
that'd be the ultimate battle of the barge.
We take that
the Great
home.
Lakes Classic, but it'd be the Great Lakes like ultimate showdown. This is the ultimate showdown. But what if the Super Bowl is for some reason hosted at Ford Field?
I
don't think they would though. But I don't remember because I thought I looked it up on the way to there. If you try and look up like for domes and stuff like that, if you look up the stadiums and try and find stuff on it, stats on it, whatever, they never tell you the indoor temperature. I'm like, I want to know if I need to wear my hoodie or not because it's like low 70s. I'm like, is it a cool low 70s? Is it like comfortable? Like, but I looked up so many websites, could not find it. But let's see. February 5th. This concert was a part of Super Bowl 40. Was that actually there? No, that's concerts. Let's see. Football. It did host Super Bowl 40, where the Steelers beat the Seahawks 21-10. They fit 68,000 people in there. The Little Caesars Pizza Bowl. the Motor City Bowl, quote unquote. Also, so basically the last thing they held there that was major was this Super Bowl 40. Okay, unless you learned something there. But let's just go ahead and jump to analysis of the preseason from a Browns fan perspective. What did you see?
Super Bowl title.
Plain and simple.
Yep.
This year, or I don't know about this year. My optimism says 9-7, as in like that's how I can see us going. Because I literally said before the preseason, like back in the summer, I was like, you know what? Just with the additions, I can see us going 7-9. Now I can realistically see us going over 500, unless we just lay an egg. Because
Which
I mean,
yeah,
it's very possible.
We start out 4-0 and lose 12 straight games. Okay.
Man, that might just sit on my face and suffocate me, like, because at that point I'm like, welcome to 20 everything in the last couple years. Because that I don't know if I could handle that again. I really don't know. Because like when I watched Week 17 last year, like when Corey Coleman, we'll get to him in a moment, but when Corey Coleman dropped the pass that basically created or secured, I should say, the 0-17, I was like, my head just sunk, and I was like, once the game actually finished, I was like, I'm like, normally I would be like actually shedding a tear or two because like we just went winless. Like, how did this happen? But I was like, you know what? I realized that after like the first month of the year. So it was like when it happened, I was like, it was kind of just like I kind of sat down in my chair and I was like, that really just happened.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
It's like after we lost the World Series, it was kind of the similar.
Yeah,
kind of
I
a
know.
similar feeling.
Yeah, and that because like losing the World Series had the equivalent of it was only a little worse than the block 6 against when we hosted Baltimore on like Thursday Night Football, and we just got emotionally destroyed because our game-winning field goal got blocked in return for a touchdown.
Welcome to Cleveland.
And then Ohio State had that happen to them. Fun fact: we need to keep track of this year. Keep track of this year. If you see a field goal or extra point or any field goal attempt blocked in return for points, the team that does that has always won every time I've noticed it. I don't know if that's a trend, but if it is, I may have at least started something as of the last couple of years. Because I think every time I've seen a team do that, they've won. And it's been, I think it was either the Saints or the Chiefs in like beginning of last year on an extra point. The Browns lost the game against the Ravens a couple years ago. The Buckeyes the same year against Penn State. Which when that happened, I was like, oh no, we just lost. And we were already up by like 6. We ended up losing. But I was like, oh no. I got to keep track of this. This is genius. But let's see. The Browns, I mean, I don't know if they can go 0-4 to start. Because Steelers, they can win that game. Because as well as they played against the Steelers, I think the Steelers are going to win the division, honestly. But I don't know how we can just blow that game, especially at home. Then at the Saints, maybe. Jets, I don't know how we don't beat Darnold like that. That should be easy. The Raiders, that'll be fun. I haven't even considered buying tickets for a game yet. Like, what am I doing? I don't know. But funny thing about Corey Coleman, when I saw that, I almost laughed out loud, but I was like, it was so late. I was like, I think my parents are in bed. I might bother people if I laugh too much, because like that was actually hilarious. I was like, this just happened. And then was it AJ McCarron got traded?
Yep, to the Raiders.
To the Raiders.
RIP.
I was like, who do the Bills even have on their roster at this point? I'm like,
The Peterman and Josh Allen.
Peterman. Do they have Josh Allen starting? Because I think
Yes.
now I'm like, he has to at this point.
Well, yeah, they traded away their starting quarterback.
So
The Bills are going to become the Browns. Watch. They're going to start going through head coaches,
yeah,
and then we're going to take over.
because the Jets and the Browns were like interchangeable for like, okay, who's dumber? But now that the Bills are going to bill, right? I think they're just gonna
Bills Mafia.
Bill Mafia on their own selves, call their own mafia. Like, hey, set up a trap for us. I need you to sabotage everything that we're doing. Just kill us. Bring in the Tommy guns. But hey, Vinny,
Really cool.
we got a job for you.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
It's like, oh. So, so do you think you are ready for these picks? Are you
Yeah.
emotionally ready for this?
Yeah.
Because I think it's going to be absolutely crazy. Now, if I can get this intro to roll, that would be fantastic. But I haven't. For some reason, it's not. There it is. Let's do this. Bringing in the Fox intro. Bow, bow, bow. Now, granted, that's the Price is Right intro, but, I haven't made a new one. I'm just going to use the Bryce is Right intro, even though the Bryce is Right really isn't a thing anymore. But, that intro means it's time for the weekly Pick'em group. It's back for the third season. With a new name, though, because I didn't want to do the Bryce is Right, because I'm not doing that series anymore, because I literally just quit mid-season last year. I was like, done. I'm like, not making any videos anymore. It's too much. I already got
This is the weekly Pick'em group.
It's just the weekly That's great. I might have to put that in when I edit I'm going to edit a new intro. Just because I'm also going to use the SpongeBob clip of him. What episode is it? Where he's just like, whoa, football. I was like, yeah, that's going in there. No, hold on. Because I have it. Yeah, here it is.
Whoa! Football!
That's just the greatest thing I've ever seen.
All right, let's get these picks out of the way. Let's go.
All right. And plus, we can talk about what we've seen in the preseason as we go along. We're just going to do week 1 because when this comes out, week 1 will be done. We'll be able to do week 2 and week 3 before week 2. So next episode is when we'll start doing 2 weeks worth. And then we'll recap those as we go. But first things first, we have Thursday night, the Falcons and the Eagles. That's going to be... I don't know if I want to say it's going to be a good matchup because Nick Foles laid a goose egg in the preseason. And he's going to be playing week 1 as a starter. But the Falcons
I like
are
the
also
Eagles better.
solid.
Eagles are going to win.
You're going to go with the 69%?
Yep.
Let's see. Can I... Yes, I can. I can pull up the matchups here. Let's see. Now, I want to know what these stats are. Are these last year's stats? Because it says total yards per game. They're almost identical. The Falcons have the edge in the passing yards per game, and then rushing yards per game. The Eagles have that. And then, let's see. Eagles, Actually, no, it's, Eagles, Falcons, Eagles in terms of defense. So, I like the Eagles on defense. They're going to win that one. So, Sunday, we have the Houston Texans at the Patriots. Is that one even debatable?
No.
Tom Brady and his... Did you see his backup? What's the New England's backup?
Danny Atling. He's got wheels.
He's got legs. Because
He's got wheels.
ran 85-yard touchdown run.
Nobody touched him.
Yeah, untouched. He just bootlegged, and he had him faked. Like, he was running a play, everybody else was running another play, and the defense fell for it. He ran 85 yards because I saw on Twitter, and that made me go look at the video, and I was like, bruh. Because they interviewed Belichick, and they said that he was overly excited about that run. And he's like, why wouldn't I be? When was the last time a Patriots quarterback ran for a touchdown? I was like, that's true. And I said last night, or on Friday night at the Wapak football game, I was like, Tom Brady doesn't run. Like, if Tom Brady was wanted and had a warrant on his head and the cops were after him, he wouldn't be running from the cops. He would actually be walking from the cops because he doesn't run, period.
For real.
Like, if he ran, he'd probably tear his Achilles. But they're still going to win. The Patriots are easily. Jaguars at the Giants. That one's...
Jaguars will win.
Jaguars are going to win that one. Like, that one's not even... Like, the Giants, I don't even know if they're still any good. Like, their only offense is going to be passing to OBJ and running with... What's his face?
Saquon.
Saquon Barkley. Yeah. I was like, 26, what's his name? That's how much I care. All right. The 49ers are definitely going to beat the Vikings. I'm calling that one right now. I'm just only going to go off the sole fact that Jimmy Garoppolo hasn't lost a game yet.
Okay,
so that's going to be my upset of the week. So I assume it sounds like you want to pick the Vikings.
Where's my upset? My upset's the Browns and the Bengals and Chiefs.
Yes, I gotta go down there and pick the Browns. 87% have the Steelers, but we'll get to that. That's 87% of people that don't have any intelligence. So is our first disagreement the Vikings and the 49ers?
Yes.
Ooh, all right. There we go. That's something to figure out there. Buccaneers at the Saints. I keep hearing that the Saints are going to be really good this year. And that they're going to beat them. I mean, they said it sounds like grand analysts tend to over-exaggerate towards like, oh, this team's historically better, they're going to win. But I haven't seen one say the Browns are going to beat the Saints. Granted, I don't know because it's been good games the last several matchups. But given that 93% of people see the Saints beating the Bucs and Jameis Winston is just meh. He's kind of underwhelmed, I think, throughout his career so far. So I might have to take the Saints on that one. Titans at the Dolphins. What do you think of the new Titans uniforms?
Dope.
You like them? I like the blue helmet. It kind of reminded me of one of the Madden 18 alternate like fantasy uniforms that you get from those fake teams.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I kind of like them though. It's a different take on the helmet because the old helmets basically were just new versions of the Houston Oilers, but now they're going with the darker blue as their primary. But the Dolphins suck because they don't have Jarvis Landry, so the Titans should win that one. Am I right?
Should.
Again.
But there's always those games that are like, oh, you want to win this year?
Nice try. Yeah.
You thought,
boy. Oh, jeez. I'm a little hot there. All right. I'm going to tone that sucker down a few notches. The Bills of all teams are playing the Ravens.
Yeah, Ravens will win by like 30.
Yeah, it's that. If that was not a 40-10, Josh
Allen's going to throw 4 interceptions. Watch.
4 interceptions. They could probably employ Greg Williams like 2017 Browns defense to just put like a defensive back up top like he did with Peppers. Just put him like 30 yards downfield and watch an overthrow the ball. And it's like, all right, thanks for the punt return on second down. Like,
yeah, for real.
Like that might be like now I have an idea. The battle I want to see is who can get the ball further down the field on 4th down. Josh Allen's arm or their punter.
Now
Like,
that is a real up for debate. That's a real debate
yeah,
there.
because I want to see what their longest punt is, which is probably going to be like 50 some yards. The Josh Allen can literally fade away throw like 70. So that would be a fun, like, just like, hey, what can go? You know what? You can probably do that in Madden. Like, take the Bills punter, max it out, and then take Josh Allen. Just be like, you know what? Fly route, go as far as you can, please.
Run.
Yeah. Anyways, AWOL Nation. Steelers at the Browns. Now, I want to see what they have on the game analysis, because if it's terrible, I'm going to 100% believe that it's last year's stats. Okay, hold on. Preview. Passing. Because I saw Deshaun Kaiser. So, yeah, it is last year's stats. But let's see how they compare. Steelers, more yards per game, more passing yards per game. The Browns, better rushing. We all saw that. Points per game, 25.4 to 14.6. Guess who's who? Third down conversion, 44 to 34. Steelers, better than the Browns in time of possession. So, basically, other than rushing, the Steelers were better last year. Browns allowed more in everything except rushing yards. I can believe that. And everything else. Yeah, so this is last year's stats is what, if anybody goes off of that, 100%. But I do think the Browns can beat them. Realistically.
I think so too. I mean, it can. That's the thing about the Steelers is like all their fans are like, "Oh, well, we're gonna stomp the Browns."
Yeah.
Like
Did
how
you
they
see
thought
the
they were
last
gonna,
three did you see the last 3-4 meetings? Overtime?
yeah, for
Barely
real.
won last year in both games. The second game came
both
down
games
to
were
Corey
3 points.
Coleman's drop. Like, I think it's just funny. Where do you think he's going to get picked up by Corey Coleman? Do you think he's going to get picked up by the start of the season?
He'll get picked up by the Patriots and blow it up. Watch.
I don't think he could even catch a ball from Tom Brady. Like, Tom
You
Brady
couldn't catch a cold, bro. Come on.
That's one where you leave the fart for him.
Yeah, for real. I'm just mad that we cut however you say his last name,
Yeah, Cajuiced.
and Matthew Days, and Spencer Drango, and Jeff Janis, and Broby.
Brogan Roback. That dude is awesome. But
And then we drafted Simeon Thomas this year, and we already cut him.
yeah, they're like, nah, you suck. But
Caleb
Spencer
Brown got
Drango, I
cut,
think,
too.
of all people, was one of the cuts that actually surprised me. Cajuiced a little bit, but I was like, he would have been like 6th or 7th on the depth chart, and you don't have like 5 or 6. So I was like, okay, well, I understand why, because we just didn't have enough room for him.
Yeah.
But 100%, I think he's going to be on the practice squad. Nate Orchard, I don't know why on the planet we cut him, other than the fact that he's a defensive and outside linebacker like Carl Nassib, but Carl Nassib's the better one between the two. And that's what I heard when I listened to Nathan Segura's podcast earlier today.
You listen to CBD too?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Well, the Browns uploaded it, so I was on YouTube.
Oh,
I was like,
okay.
oh, hey, that made it easy. But I listened to it, and he said it's pretty much because of that Carl Nassib has the edge, that they're like, you know what, we have enough linebackers here to make moves, which I hear they're going to be trying to make some more trades with linebackers. I'm like, keep Joe Show. Please.
Better.
Representing the white man on defense. Right there. On to the next one, because we will talk about more people as we go. Bengals and Colts. Is Andrew
Bengals are gonna
Luck
win.
confirmed starting?
Yeah, I believe so.
I think so. Let's look at the team news here as we figure it out. The Bengals, I don't know. Like everything I hear is that it's like every other year, Andy Dalton has a decent year. And since he kind of just laid an egg last year, and then the year before they had a tie and still had a losing record, I'm like, is he going to be good this year? Like, they want to lean on AJ Green, I think. August 28th, Andrew Luck with his foot skips the second straight practice.
Oh
No.
boy.
Let's look at this here. Look, we'll be there at practice on Monday, ready to go, which is this coming Monday.
Lined up next to Andrew Luck in the
Nope.
shotgun.
Don't want to play that video because that's not mine. I'm just gonna pretend that didn't happen. I think I'm gonna take the Colts right now, and I'm just not gonna change it. But I can see that being a for sure mistake on my part, as like if the Bengals upset. But
I think the Bengals are gonna win. But
yeah, you might be right, but I don't know. The Colts might they could whip something out. Who knows?
wait a minute. Hold up.
Okay, I'm holding.
The Patriots released Danny Etling.
What?
He's on waivers.
What?
Who's their backup quarterback?
Him, right?
Well, hold on.
Where are we at? Did we already go through the Patriots? Yeah, they're way up here. They're the first on the list.
Top. Hold on.
Where are their cuts? I want to see. Okay, depth chart. Here we go. Quarterback.
The Browns depth chart isn't updated. So,
well, if the Patriots is, it's Tom Brady and Brian Hoyer. Which I guess that makes sense, but Danny Etling's I don't want to say he's better than Brian Hoyer, but I think he's a better future for them because Brian Hoyer is only going to last for like a couple years if Tom Brady retires.
He's been in the league 10 years.
Yeah.
He's been around for 10 years, so I mean.
Yeah, Brian Hoyer doesn't have much longer unless he somehow has improved as a pocket passer since he left the Browns. I don't see him lasting long either.
And then JT Barrett got cut by the Saints.
Poor guy.
Yeah. For real.
I said him going to the Saints was probably one of the best things he could have had because he would have been behind Drew Brees, which would have helped him in his form for passing just as a passer. Because, like, today, of the little bit of the Buckeyes game I watched before it got completely out of hand, Dwayne Haskins is a fantastic passer. Like, the Browns have a Buckeyes have a passing quarterback now. The Browns do, too. But I'm more worried about the Buckeyes in terms of that aspect. But JT behind Drew Brees would have been the best thing for him. But, you know, where they have Luke McCown at their backup, I think. Something like that. Who do they have here?
I don't know.
Drew Brees, Chase Daniel, and Taysom Hill. Who are you? Taysom Hill, second season out of BYU. 6'2", 221. Dude's thick. All right. So, we have two disagreements now, the Bengals and the Colts. I have the Colts. You got the Bengals. Next one, we hit the West Coast games. We hit the 4 o'clock start with the Chiefs at the Chargers of Los Angeles. And their stadium still isn't done, so they're playing at LA Galaxy Stadium. That's what I call it, pretty much.
Okay, hear me out on this.
Okay, I'm listening.
Okay, listen. Patrick Mahomes is going to start, and he's going to light it up and take the NFL by storm this year and lead the league in some crazy stat. I'm calling it right now. He's too good.
Isn't he already starting since they...
I mean, he is. That's what I'm saying. Like, he's starting, but I just know.
Yeah. I think he's going to have a really good first game, but he might throw an interception or two that might cost them. So I think I'm going to take the Chargers just because Phillip Rivers.
Yeah,
makes
sense.
I think he's going to go to the Hall of Fame. He might be a second ballot Hall of Famer, but Phillip Rivers I think is a Hall of Famer. Patrick Mahomes, just being that this is like, has he played a full regular season game yet? I don't think.
I don't know.
So this might be his first. I don't think it's his first start, and if it is, that's going to be jitters on the road too. Division foe on the road, so that's why I'm taking the Chargers. Let's see. Seahawks at the Broncos. Do the Broncos even have anybody good? Because last I checked, they were just the Broncos again. Of like Paxton Lynch, Trevor Siemian, Brock Osweiler is their. That's the only.
Brock Osweiler's horrible.
Yeah.
Brock Osweiler sucks.
Brock the Rock.
And Paxton Lynch sucks too.
Yes, true. Is Trevor
Paxton Lynch
Siemian actually starting, or what's their? I don't even know who they have.
I don't even care about the Broncos, but for their sake, I hope it's somebody.
Okay,
who's
their
not
last
Brock
story
Osweiler.
as of.
Wait, they have Case
Friday.
Keenum. They have Case Keenum.
That's true. I think Case Keenum's starting.
I hope so.
Yeah, because they say Paxton Lynch is on the outside looking in, like he's basically he's the bust of 2016. Like, hey, we drafted. No, you'd suck. LeGarrette Blunt is at running back. Amir Abdullah from the Lions. Oh wait, that's getting into the confusing aspect. I think the Seahawks are probably going to win this one. The Seahawks are just better. Russell Wilson's better too, anyways.
Yeah.
Ooh, this one's gonna be. I think this one is probably gonna be my NFC game to watch. The Redskins at the Cardinals. That one's gonna be interesting. That one's gonna be interesting to watch, just because Alex Smith with the Redskins, just a new team, and then Josh Rosen.
Or Sam Bradford.
Well, that's if Sam Bradford doesn't like break another bone or rip another muscle, like he does pretty much every game. But I don't know. This one's gonna be tough.
I'm saying Cardinals.
I'm leaning Cardinals. I can see the Redskins winning, but Sam Bradford, I think if he's starting, should be. Wait, hold on.
Oof.
Cardinals are keeping backup quarterback Mike Glennon on the roster. Interesting. That one's gonna be good. I'm gonna watch that one for sure. Maybe, I don't know. Probably not. The Cowboys at the Panthers. That's you see the progression of I don't care. The progression of like, yeah, I'm gonna act like I care, and then I don't, and then I'm like, no, I actually don't care at all. Cowboys at the Panthers. Ooh. You see Dak Prescott, 100%. Zach.
Yep.
Dak
Cowboys.
and Zeke. Cowboys.
How about them Cowboys?
According to the picks, that's the upset. 2/3 of people have the Panthers. But
I'm
are the
saying
Panthers
Cowboys.
actually going to be good this year? That's the question. Because
That's why I'm saying Cowboys.
yeah, the Panthers are an every other year team like the Bengals. And were they even that good that last year? I don't think so.
Who?
The Panthers?
I don't know.
I don't think so. Pick the perfect lineup any week and you could win. Oh wait, is that actual fantasy? Pick the perfect lineup of 8 NFL players and you could win great weekly prizes or the grand prize of $1 million. Nah, I suck anyways. Back to real life. The Packers at the Bears. Not a lot of people have any optimism for the Bears, even though they
6%.
traded and got Khalil Mack. I was like, when I saw that he was like, oh, the Browns are in the market to get Khalil Mack, I'm like, get that man now. Trade somebody for him. I was like, who do we have to trade, though? We have Jamie Collins, Christian Kirksey. I was like, do not get rid of Christian Kirksey. He's basically is LeBron James reincarnated in terms of, like, Cleveland. Like, he's all Cleveland. But the Packers are... I don't see how the Packers don't go 12-4. You know what? I'm going to say the Packers go 13-3 this year.
Yeah. Okay.
As long as Aaron Rodgers doesn't like literally snap a leg in half this year. Because I was surprised that Brett Hundley did as good as he did, but they let him go, didn't they?
Yeah, they traded him.
Rip. Who'd they get for him? Because I'm trying to think.
I don't know. Probably a draft pick. I don't know.
Let's see. Is it on the team news here?
Kaiser's the backup.
Yeah, Deshaun Mustard. Brett. Their depth chart. I don't think if like the depth charts on here were the indication of someone's job at stake, they would lose it. Quarterbacks, Brett Hundley and Joe Callahan. Like,
oof.
Where's number 12 in here? And
Yeah,
number 9. Like, the two quarterbacks that I know are on the team are not on the list. But the Packers, if they don't win that, the Bears must have been playing with some motivation, that's for sure. Bears. Or, Pete Rose was betting on the game. The Jets and the Lions on Monday night. Oh, I was just there in Detroit. Yeah, I got the Lions.
Because Sam Darnold's going to cost a few picks.
Yeah, he's going to be really good. That's a given. But any rookie that started, yeah. And like pretty much if we go back and that's why I say Patrick Mahomes is going to have a rough game against the Chargers, is because he's basically playing as a rookie. Like, this is his first season starting, even though it's his second year.
Yeah.
Quarterbacks as rookies never do well. And I don't think Tom Brady did well. Peyton Manning, I think, has the most rookie thrown receptions in the NFL in, like, history, I think. He has the most interceptions as a rookie. I'm like, bruh. Peyton Manning, though. That dude's one of the best ever. But, Matthew Stafford, until he snaps another collarbone, is going to be great. Because that's just Matthew Stafford. His shoulders are made of paper. And then the final game, the Los Angeles Coliseum Rams playing the Raiders of Oakland, Vegas.
Yeah, I'm saying Raiders.
76% of people have the Rams.
I'm switching my pick to the Rams.
Are you? Yeah.
Because Jared Goff's the real deal.
He is. And after last year, I was like, they finally got an offensive system that he can actually play, because his rookie season, they had such a limited playbook. Last year, they actually opened
Jeff
it
Fisher
up.
Sucks.
That's also true, because I thought when they moved from St. Louis to L.A. that they would actually fire him and not wait a year. They're like, you know what? Let's see how Jeff Fisher does in L.A. I'm like, dude, that dude's going to get ripped a new one. Like,
And he did.
Yeah, and he did. It was like, oh, okay. Welcome to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Speaking of, I saw a meme that I think Madison shared it, but I saw it. Unless I saw it on iFunny, and it was just like snap back to reality, and then it said Eminem. Oh, there goes gravity, and then Midwesterners. Ope, there goes gravity. I was like, I thought that's what it was though. I was like,
no.
I was like, Eminem's from Detroit though, so I was like, that counts as the Midwest. But I was like, am I that just Midwesternized that I've always been saying Ope, and now that somebody mentioned it, I can't. I don't know if I can say that line when people are singing it now, just because I'm self-confident. I'm kind of self-conscious about the Ope, even though I know it's a thing and I don't really care. But
I say it all
especially
the
with
time.
that, I was like, Ope. Yeah, I mean, how many times have we said it already?
True.
I literally don't want to go back and edit it. Like, I can just have an Ope counter in the corner or something like that. Somebody, we need to listen back to it. We'll see if we can keep track and put it in the comments. We're just gonna be like, Ope counter for this episode, 12.
48.
And the fact that we keep saying it, it's also rising the count, so that counts. That's already hurting my brain just thinking about it. But I have the Rams picked. I don't know how we got on that kind of a tangent. How did we get... We got way off. All right, so I'm going to save my picks. That's what I'm going with for this week. So we have Eagles, Patriots, Jags, 49ers, Saints, Titans, Ravens, Browns, Colts, Chargers, Seahawks, Cardinals, Cowboys, Packers, Lions, and Rams on my end.
Eagles, Patriots, Jaguars, Vikings, Saints, Titans, Ravens, Browns, Bengals, Chiefs, Seahawks, Cardinals, Cowboys, Packers, Lions, Rams.
So we've got 2 or 3 different, I think.
I don't know. I don't feel like counting.
Yeah, I don't either. Oh shoot. This is not Super Bowl 52 this year. This is the 53rd straight season of Super Bowlness. Super Bowly. So I'm gonna go ahead and save our Excel spreadsheet. I will keep track of your record as well. So it'll be easy to keep track of them throughout, but we'll just recover ourselves as we go along. I'm not gonna make the next picks yet though.
Yeah, I think we should wait on that till at least after week 1.
Yeah. I mean, I'll make my picks we'll make our 2 weeks of picks at the next episode because we now have a week off next week, which is going to be right before all this nonsense starts to go down.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll see how bad we really are. But main goal, beat Missy.
For real.
Because she is...
team colors.
No, that's Lauren. 100%.
Oh.
Like that's literally what she told me the last time that we talked about this. But who is Waterloo Golf? Is that Sean?
I don't know. Probably.
I want to say so, but there is 7 of us. So, but I would say people to watch out for.
I don't care what you say.
What?
What?
You're like, I'm gonna be the best. No. Beat me.
I'm taking this dub. I don't care what you say.
Okay. Do we have something that we can... Did we decide what we're going to bet on for who finishes better? Because...
No.
Because
we didn't.
Yeah, because, I mean, we're still going to go to an Indians game, but this is going to come all the way down to February. So we have to think about something for next spring.
Cavs game?
Ooh. That's a $150, $200 bet right there. Like, we're literally betting $200 worth of tickets, almost.
Well, I mean, you gotta think the tickets are gonna go down because LeBron dipped. So
yeah, that's a good point. Cavs game. Do you want to say before or after the trade deadline? I think it has to be after because the trade deadline is right before Valentine's Day, and we don't want to go for Valentine's Day. That would just be weird.
That'd be a little...
I mean, like, there is bromances, but we're not a bromance. We're just bros.
True.
Like, we're like best bros type
Yeah.
of thing. It's like there's like best friends, best bros, bromance, like not in that order, but like we're on like the best bros, I think, level. I think we're right around there. But we could go something later in the year. So okay, you know what? We'll do it. We'll settle on a Cavs game. Because, you know,
Okay.
at that point in the year, I'm cool about basketball. Even though it's like one of my least favorite sports, I'll be honest. Like, even
Out of the
though
big 3, that's my least favorite.
yeah. Well, even out of the top 5 or 6 for me, it's like I like it more than hockey, but I do not like it as much as NASCAR, football, baseball, or soccer. Which we do need to go. Keep an eye on October 28th. That's a Sunday afternoon is when the last crew home game is. Just a reminder. We need to go there because that's going to be a riot. I'm going. Mom's going. Like there might legitimately be a riot because the crew's going to make the playoffs. But if there is news at any point that they're officially moving to Austin, I'm going to come unglued. Columbus is going to come unglued. And whatever the last home game is in the playoffs is going to be ridiculous because there's going to be so much beer on the field. I might actually just buy a beer to throw on the field at the end of the game. Because like the Browns, when they moved in 95, everybody just kind of picked up the stands and just threw them onto the field because they were all wooden. We have metal bleachers that are bolted. You know what? I wonder if I could take... No, I can't take a toolbox into the game. If I did, I'd like unbolt one of the stands up front, take it, chuck the thing onto the field. Be like, yeah,
Gets
we
arrested.
won, but fork you pre-court. Well, I mean, yeah, true. I don't know if it's about being arrested, more about the fact of getting thrown out of the game after it's already over. Like, is that too risky? Maybe. I don't know. So, we'll see about that when the time comes. But now we've decided we're betting on a Browns. Cavs game. So, that's our wager right there. But those are our picks. That actually took up most of the episode. And I think most of our episodes now, throughout the rest of the season, are probably just going to be recapping and this. Yeah. Which I'm totally okay with. But we'll cover a lot of football moving out the rest of the year into February. Once basketball starts, we'll probably do some of that. Because it's going to be... it's like, oh, yeah. I think the Buckeyes might actually be more exciting as a basketball team than the Cavs. But I'm interested in the Cavs, but I'm a little more along the lines of like a Bengals fan in terms of like how much I am of a Cavs fan. Like if the Cavs are really good, I'm all in on them. But when they're not good, I'm in, but like 80%. Because I'm like, you lost. Come on, guys. It's basketball. I'm a white man that can't play basketball. Like, you expect me to get into that. Meanwhile, here's you. You're like, bro, I played. I'm like the white LeBron James did.
Yeah, right.
I mean, you're pretty much LeBron James compared to me. Joel basically called me a white Chris Bosh. Like, that's... I was like, I feel that, though. I was like, I'll make a 3 once every 20 shots. I'll overshoot a layup. My mid-range J is okay every now and again. Other than that, that's about all I can do. I can play defense. So I'm a white Chris Bosh that can play defense without blood clots. So is that too far? No, I don't know. So, all right, you're pretty confident in your picks.
Yeah, I'm winning. I don't care what you say. I'm winning this whole thing.
You're going all the way. That's yeah. I mean, I'm gonna remind you, but now that you're into it, you're like, no, I gotta win, because then you get free Cavs game. So
boom.
Yeah, because you miss a week, it's over.
Yeah,
that's because every week, even if you get like 10 wins, that's 140 points. So you want to win. Like, my goal every week is 10, 11 wins, because I think last year I had... Yeah, last year was one of my best years, because overall I went 164 and 103. But I had 10 or more win weeks. Week 15, I had 14. I went 14-2 that week. Like I thought I was gonna win it all, but I also went 4-10 in week 6. So, but overall, like, I did terrible in my first season. Got better as the year went along. Last year, I started out with 3 10-win weeks in the first 4 weeks. So you got to get off to a hot start. You know how late it is, man. You're releasing fart after fart after fart before we start. There's a large amount of information. I don't know what I just did. I tried to exit out, and it's like, oh, there's a lot of information on this page. That's do you want to be able to paste information to delete it from the clipboard and free memory? No. Oh, it's because I copy and pasted my entire sheet worth. I'll send you a picture, but I copied the entire sheet worth of like 5 columns worth of an algorithm, or like different algorithms for each thing, and then copied and pasted it for your chart. I was like, oh. You sure about that? Okay. All right. Those are the picks. Make sure everybody, if you're not in the group, definitely join the group. There is a link down below. I don't think we're not on Spotify yet, but I'm going to make sure we are, hopefully at some point. I would like to just put it on Spotify and then be like, you know what? Deal with it. That's where it is. That would actually be really nice if I can actually get this on Spotify. That would help.
Do it.
So, All right, everybody, join the group. Go Browns, and we will see you in a week and a half.
Yep.
Yep. Peace.
Peace.